I was just a little girl,
Yeah.
maybe 4 years old. My dad said to us one day, we're going to a village that has never heard about Jesus.
Right.
And in those days, the children, when we got out of the car, the children would scream because they hadn't even seen a white face before.
Right.
So you must remember, this is many years ago. I'm talking 65 years ago.
Yeah.
So we arrived that night, and my dad said, is there somewhere where we can sleep? And they said yes. They pointed to it was 4 poles with a grass roof, just a little grass covering. They said, and it was right in the middle of the village with all the huts around it. They said, you can sleep there for the night. Well, Mom said she was just happy to have somewhere to put out the camp beds and get us all to bed.
Right.
And we'd just fallen asleep, and a huge storm came. Thunder, lightning. Mom felt our lives were in danger. Mom and Dad were standing up and rebuking the storm. Mom tells how she said, God, when Jesus was on earth, he stood in that boat and he rebuked the storm, and the storm ceased. And we're saying, peace, be still. And why is this storm not stopping? And it went all night. And then as the sun came up, everything was quiet again. Everything was peaceful. And the men of the village came out and said to my dad, we want to serve your God. He said, well, how do you know who my God is? They said, your God is the God that can save our children from the lions. They said, last night, we put you and your family in the lion's den.
Oh, wow.
They said, every night, the lions come, and that's where they sleep. And sometimes our children get up and they forget, and they run outside, and the lions are eating our children. But they said, last night, your God sent a storm, and the lions didn't come because of the lightning and the thunder. Your God protected your children from the storm. We want to know about the God who can protect our children from the lions, like your God protected your children from the lions last night. And the whole village came to Jesus. This is the right God.
That is the
This
right
is the
God.
true God. This is the real God.
Wow. An amazing story. How old were you at this point?
I think I was 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Okay.
I think my dad was just so excited because...
Because you were still there.
well, really, because, we wondered how they were going to accept us.
Yeah.
And it was an overwhelming welcome.
Yeah, at that point it was, not the night before.
And, just to be able to sit down and preach to those people, that was, of course, his heart.